From the moment we were born, we were programmed to be weak, broke, and distracted. And the system was never designed for us to win, it was designed for us to comply. That's basically what The Matrix is, right? Like, I know it's a great movie. You have red pill, blue pill content. You can see the world for what it is. But what is the world? The world is a distraction, it's a system of compliance. I've only had the experience of being in school, and I barely had any working experience. I don't even haven't even worked a real like big boy job yet, just small gigs here and there and some internships, right? But what I can base off my experiences, I've been in school, right? And so what has like what has the system that I've been placed under, right? And so the modern US school system was based on the Prussian education system, right? Which wasn't designed to create independent thinkers or entrepreneurs. They wanted obedient soldiers and disciplined workers for factories and the military, right? Some of the like key things that they were wanted to have in the school system was training citizens to follow authority without questioning the system, right? Having a standardized knowledge so that everyone learned the same information, ensuring social control. Does that not sound familiar? We have 50 states, and they basically teach the same thing, right? They all have control over what history we're being taught, what things they want us to know. Nothing about financial educations in the school system. It's just history, science, math, and these things are essential for us to know. But, just think about who designed the educational system, right? Why do we have 12 grades? Like, who said 12 years was enough? What are the things that we learn in each grade, What are the things that we're actually learning? Why am I learning about checks and balances when I'm in the second grade, and then I don't know any of these things that are actually valuable when I'm in high school? These are some of the thoughts that I think of, right? A lot of the information that was useful in elementary school, I need to know that now, and I totally forgot about it. So what is the actual matrix, right? The biggest lie society tells you is that we're free, right? But freedom isn't about laws, it's about control, right? Like, okay, we follow laws, they're like good in the sense of like, okay, it gives us a system of rules to make sure that everybody, is doing the right thing. But freedom is about control, right? When you look at a zoo, right? When you see that monkey locked up in a cage, right? If he's out here exploring the world doing whatever, he's actually free. First he's locked up in a cage in a zoo, right? It's not about chains anymore. It's not about physical structures, but it's about systems that shape our entire reality, right? If I can force people to think what I want them to think, I don't need to force them to obey, right? Like, if I can convince you that you being a slave is good for you, I don't need to lock you up. I don't need to put a chain on you, right? You'll do it automatically because you believe what I said, right? And we've been taught to like not question these things, right? Question the systems that we have, right? And so the matrix is built on three different things: dependence, distraction, and fear, right? If I can keep you dependent because you keep having to work a job to pay for your daily essentials and things you need to survive, if I can keep you entertained so that you don't think about what you actually want, I just keep you distracted because of the entertainment, and I make you afraid to step out the system, right? I put this fear into you, like, if you don't get this job, if you don't do these things that are normal in society, then you're gonna live a bad life. You're gonna be poor. You're gonna be homeless. You're not gonna live the life that you want, right? But I'm feeding you the life that I want to give you, right? This system of being locked up, do these things, go to school, go get your job, retire. I'm telling you this is the system. I'm giving you the keys, right? And I threaten to take the keys away, and I threaten like, okay, if you don't do these things that I tell you to do, you're gonna be a bum. That's scary, and nobody wants to be a bum, right? But that's the chains that lock you up and keep us from actually pursuing our passions and dreams. All right, so the three systems that keep you trapped, I'm gonna start off with the financial system, right? So the financial system keeps you independent, right? You don't need to physically enslave you if I can make you financially independent, right? With a paycheck, right? Even some of the best jobs, right? With the increasing um, wealth inequality, right? You can make good money, but with how expensive things are, how expensive fruit, how expensive gas, how expensive a home is, I can give you enough to keep you working, but not enough to make you free. If you were to get fired today, you'll be screwed. You'll be looking for another job if you only have one source of income, right? And there are certain jobs like you become like the best lawyer, the best doctor, but like how much debt are you in, Like it takes a lot of school to get to these points, right? Or you can be like one of the best traders, but how many people are actually at the best trader, right? 99% of people are working these jobs where you're making 100K or less, right? Or you have to sacrifice a lot of time. You got to sacrifice your whole life, right? You go into med school, bro. It's like countless hours of residency. You're having, and if you're entering big boy corporate law, 80 plus hours. Investment banking, 100 plus hours, right? So you can't even like enjoy your money, bro. You're just working, right? And so like the next thing is like debt, right? It makes you dependent on banks and credit systems, right? if you don't pay these bills at a certain point every month, then I'm gonna take it away. Like we all need a place to live, right? But I might, and we all want a house, right? Because that's like we want something we own, right? But the average house for a loan is 30 years, bro. 30 times 12, that's 420 months. Imagine looking at every month and be like, damn, I have 420 months to pay this house, right? And if I miss any one of them checks, they can take my house away. And then plus I need a car. Average car loan is 4 to 5 years, right? It takes 5 years. If I miss one payment in 5 years, they're gonna take my car away. And that's just two things, and things just keep adding up, adding up, adding up, right? And we're dependent on these banks and these credit systems, right? And you know, with credit cards, right, we get incentivized. Oh, you have a good credit score. You might get $100 off of a hotel or a flight, and you can travel, right? We all want to travel, but how much money do we spend? You know, rather than spending all this money and getting a little bonus points, what if we just save the money? You know what I'm saying? But that's the system that we're in, right? And you need like a good credit score to get a good loan, and it's just, you know, it's a system that we're playing in. And the cost of living continues to increase, right? Cars, homes, insurance, phone subscriptions, right? All these things that we need, but we're living life on a subscription. You know, the same thing, I'm buying Netflix for $10. If I can't pay it off, they take it back. Same thing for a car, same thing for a house. We're living these subscriptions, right? And so going back to school, we were never taught how to, you know, how to make money works, right? We were taught how to take out loans, get in debt, work a job, where someone else decides your value, you know? Like this, I can get a pay raise, or they can drop the pay or fire me, you know what I'm saying, for any reason, any moment. I know there's like protocols where you have to get fired for a specific reason, but they have job cuts all the time, bro. Jobs are not guaranteed anymore, especially with AI. Somebody could just take your job away and have a robot replace it, you know? And you know, they want you to finance things you can't afford. Look at all the advertisements. Look at all the things that you see on a daily basis. You know, I want the clothes, I want the money, I want the house. You know what I'm saying? And it's all these things that, like, you know, you probably can't afford it. Don't get me wrong, but like it's just still it's trapping you because you feel like you need it, bro. And so the only way is to stop relying on the system is or if the second you stop relying on the system for money, you stop being controlled. And I know that's very hard and easy to say because we all need money, you know? We all need a job, right? So like what are the things that we can do to break free? I guess the ways that I'm thinking about how to break free is learning how money actually works, learning how to invest, learning assets, learning leverage. You know, I'm trying to stop financing a lifestyle just to impress people. You know, I'm cutting back down on my spending. You know what I'm saying? I have a strategy where, you know, I like clothes, I like to look good, right? But I've learned to look at something that's fly that I really want and just say no. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like really think of like look at how many times I ate out during the month, right? I know we need to eat, but I have like alternatives where I don't even spend money on food, right? And so just looking at my lifestyle and actually budgeting has helped me, and using the system strategically to not let it use me so I can use it. So like, you know, learning how to make money when I'm asleep, bro, learning passive income, right? Even if that's $10, even if that's $5, you know? And these things are short. I'm not the richest dude, but these are things that I'm thinking about, and these are the goals that I have. So one day when I actually have a consistent source of income, I know what to do with my money, right? The next distraction is the media entertainment system, right? Distraction is the most powerful tool that they have, right? Look at all the entertainment, bro. Look at the people who control, you know, you know, big corp controls Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, right? That's things that we look at. When you look at TV, when you look at news channels, they're controlled by corporations as well, right? Most news channels are one side, either Republican or Democratic, right? I think about it, every second you spend scrolling, watching this, you know, drama or consuming content that doesn't improve your life, it's something that you could have been building. I'm not saying you need to be spending all of your time, you know, looking at something that's going to help you because, you know, it's very hard to cold turkey dopamine. We've been programmed as a society, especially with TikTok, to look at this information really quickly, get a good laugh. And I'm a victim to it too. I still need my breaks where I need to turn my brain off. Just chill back and laugh. You know, we're human, you know? But I have to be aware that this is what I'm doing, and I have to, you know, make efforts to hold back and stop with the endless entertainment and the flood of information, right? And when you look at like that's just like mindless information, but when you look at like news cycles, most of it is like negative, right? Most of the things we're hearing are the bad in society. I don't know when's the last time I heard a good thing about society, like in society. It might be a small thing, like, oh, like I don't know, this like we hear all this like negative information online, the things that Elon Musk are doing, the things that Trump are doing, the implications of law and policies, what natural systems have, like what tsunami happened, what hurricane happened, what forest fire happened, right? And it's good to be aware of this information, right? But there's also the other side where if I can keep feeding you negative stuff, I can make you feel powerless, right? I feed you all the negative things and saying there's no solution to it, right? I'm gonna make you feel powerless. I'm not gonna inspire you to do the things, right? If I show you some positive things, oh, this person built, this house with their like bare hands, or this person helped 100 people, that can inspire you, right? That can inspire you to break out of the system, right? But if I keep you distracted with negativity, bro, negativity is gonna feed negativity into yourself, right? So last thing, right? I'll say is, we have Instagram. There's this all like the celebrity culture and flex culture, right? Even the music that I listen to rappers who be flexing in my face. If you don't got 20 bands, shut up. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff I listen to. But in a way, it does make you think you're following if you know the luxury goods. I'm looking at 21-year-olds with penthouses. And I'm like, damn, like, why don't I have a penthouse? I only got a certain amount of money in my bank account. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I can be aware of it, but the more I see it, the more bad I'm going to feel, right? Because I don't know how they got the money. I don't know their parents. I don't know what kind of investments. I don't know what kind of people they made. But, bro, most people don't have a penthouse at 21. I don't know a single person who has a penthouse at 21, right? But I see, 10 to 20 people on it, right, on Instagram, and I'm thinking I'm a failure. Or I could just, it's not even, comparison's a thief of joy, but I really look outside. Like, I don't see too many Lambos, I don't see too many Ferraris, but that's all I see on the internet, and that's keeping us distracted. So you gotta, like, audit what you consume, right? You have an algorithm that's gonna feed you the information that you wanna see, right? So if you're clicking on, photos of cars, you're clicking on celebrity stuff, it's just gonna feed the information back to you, and so like I'm trying to like leverage like what are the information I'm consuming. I'm like learning things that help me create, things that help me network. Like my YouTube is filled with all my subscriptions are things that benefit me, things to keep my mind like growing, and that's what I'm trying to consume more, you know unplugging the noise, right? There's a lot of times where I'm forcing myself to be bored and just listening to my thoughts, right? If I walk to class, I don't need to be listening to anything. Let me just listen to myself. How do I feel right now? What am I thinking about? Where do I want to go? You know? I get up in the morning, right? I'm spending 20 minutes I'm not even, some people meditate. I guess my version of meditation is sitting there listening to my thoughts, and that helps me out personally, right? But I'm listening to myself now, and I think if I was distracted, I wouldn't even start this YouTube thing right now. But I have like these goals that I have, and just me being distracted, I had to cut out the distractions to get to them, Even like the job in my previous video, I had to cut out distractions to figure out what I really wanted. And so the last thing that I feel like keeps people like distracted is the social system, right? And so it's very hard to think for yourself, right? Because social pressure keeps you in check, right? I have this system and I have everybody to get on board with it, right? If you break out of this system, you're gonna be a bum, you're gonna be a loser, you're not gonna accomplish what you want, right? People are afraid to quit their job, people are afraid to stop chasing status, question the mainstream narrative. Being an outsider is like not fun, and people will shame you for it. That's why most people never break free, right? I don't need to control you directly. If your friends, your family, your social circles could control you, what do I need to control you for? You know what I'm saying? How to break free from that is you got to learn how to stop seeking validation, This, I don't know how people are going to react, but this is something I want to do, And if you need approval, you can be controlled. That's just simple it is, right? You're not free if you need approval. If you can't, it could be as small as if you need approval to eat. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you don't feel like you're fly in anything that you wear, or if you don't feel like you're the coolest person in any car that you drive, or if you don't feel like you're the, whatever you feel, you have to feel the most confident, the most passionate, the most powerful. You have to have these positive thoughts about yourself, right? Because if you don't, then you're letting somebody else control you, right? And that's the issue, right? It starts with people around you and then trickles up to the system, right? And that's where you have to see how you're being controlled, right? You got to be free. You got to break free from people's thoughts, right? You have your own life, bro. Nobody's putting food on your table, bro. Nobody's controlling your life. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be the control of what you have going on, what you're doing, right? Because you're only with yourself. You can control your decisions, right? You don't want to live in a world where somebody else is controlling for you. You don't want to live your life for somebody else. You want to live your life for you, And if that means look at your friend circle, right? Who's actually thinking for themselves, bro? Who's actually believing in you, bro? That's what I'm just saying. Like, if you have negative friends, bro, have a conversation with them. Why are you negative? Why are you doing these things to me? You know, but share your passion, share your goals, bro, and see what people say, bro. See where the support is at, and but don't expect everybody to support you, but just like lean in on the support, acknowledge the support, you know, because that's somebody you should be talking to more. That's somebody you should be hanging around with more, right? But you also need, you know, I need people to give me criticism. I need people to give me feedback. I need people to tell me where I'm going wrong and call me out, right? So it's all about a balance, right? And just be okay with standing alone, you know? A lot of things people won't understand in the first, right? A lot of people want to rap, and it doesn't take that to that song that's on BET for people to get the support. But while you're making rap, where you're making rap songs, or you're shooting music, you know, people are not gonna get it. You know, people might say your clothes suck if you don't start a clothing brand. It isn't to that piece that, you know, a celebrity wears that, oh, that's actually fly, you know? That's just how some things are, you know what I'm saying? And so like breaking down the matrix is not about like running away, you know, it's not about unplugging, right? That's not smart. It's about understanding the system and playing it on your own terms, right? That's what you need to do to break out the system.